I don't think I will.
Okay,
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our show. This is, for those who can't see this, this is Latino Psychic Visions. And we are here, we're broadcasting live on the United Public Radio Network and UFO Paranormal Radio Network 105.3 and 107.7 in the beautiful town of New Orleans, which we have to go visit.
yes, that would be great.
My name is Roger Garza. I am a psychic medium of 19 years, along with my wife, my beautiful wife, Faye Ewing Garza. And we are here today till about an hour and a half, something like that. Hello, Don. We just want to tell you folks we're very pleased to be picked up by this radio station. And we're doing good and we're happy. So I think at least.
Well, we're going to wait for some more people to show
Right.
up. Hopefully, we have more than. Oh, there comes Lynn. Hello, hello.
Hello, Linford.
Good to see you. Hello, great to be with you too, Lynn, Fern, and Don. Good to see you too. It's wonderful to see you.
T.
So I'm hoping that Roger's coming in a bit clearer this week than he was last week.
I'm always out of focus.
I'm.
Well, the
Yes, you
echo
are.
thing, remember?
I'm
The
trying to
echo
be
thing
kind.
is-
Yes, you are a lot of focus. Yeah.
Hello, Kelly. Good to see you.
Good to see you all.
And folks, we want to say that we welcome everybody in New Orleans. We hope that while you're driving, you're listening to our show. I've been doing this, or me and my wife have been doing these shows. Latino Psychic Visions is going to be 5 years that we've been doing the show. I've been a psychic medium for over 19 years, but never could find the right connection to do the show, and thank God I have her now. So here we are. We're on FM radio, and we're in New Orleans, and our shows go all over the world. So don't be surprised if somebody from, like we have people from the UK that are here right now. So if you have a question, please, folks, pop in your question if you can. Please do not try to watch us and drive. We don't want that. We want you to pull over somewhere, go get a hamburger or something, and watch the show. All right?
So, honey, the question has been asked. What is the topic tonight? What did we decide?
What did we talk about? Are you happy, right?
Yeah. Are you happy?
Truly fulfilled happy. That, you can
So it
say,
is a
yeah, I'm
little bit
happy.
of, it's a bit of a deep subject, but
Right.
sometimes we talk about deep subject and
Hello, Kathy Hanley.
what
Well,
goes
the
with,
last time we mentioned, are you happy? People, yes, my grandkids make me happy. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. No, I'm talking deeper than that. Are you really, truly happy, satisfied with your life and with what's going on in your life?
now you don't have to tell us what is making you unhappy, but it is, I mean, we're here on this earth for just a short time in this form,
Right.
and I believe in my heart that it is very important to be happy, and it took me a while to figure out what wasn't making me happy, so I worked hard to get happy. I remember one person saying to me, hadn't seen me for a while, a cousin of mine say, "Be happy, Faye." And I was, okay, what does that mean? I didn't know I'm supposed to be happy, you know? Oh, good. I love what
Don, I like that.
Don says, "I'm happy because I dumped the guilt and live in the moment."
Good for you.
That is
Very good. I like
that
that.
is wonderful. Yeah, I mean, guilt can just make you so it can just hold you down, hold you back. You
In
just
fact, talking about that, I did a reading the other day, and this
uh-huh.
girl felt guilty because her husband wasn't happy. And I said, "Don't you dare carry that." I
Right,
said, "That's on him, not you."
right. We
And
all have to,
she cried and everything else. And I told her, I said, "No, honey, don't do that." I
isn't
said,
it?
"Ask
Yeah.
yourself what's more important, his feelings or yours?"
Sometimes it's hard to feel good about being first, and I I think that you will be happy if you do put yourself first. I don't you feel that's true, folks? And Roger, don't you feel it's true that we really have to make ourselves to a point of staying happy, being happy, creating happiness, whatever that takes?
If you're sick in bed, you can't help anybody else.
Hmm.
You can't tend to them. You can't feed them. You can't do anything because you're sick in bed. So consequently, you have to take care of number one.
Now, being sick in bed could be meaning um,
Sick in bed, like
sick in bed, or you could take it, say, okay, I don't know if I'm depressed, and that now depression is a really
that's
big
another
thing,
subject.
and that's another subject, and that takes sometimes medication and another doctor, but really to maintain your happiness and to sustain your happiness, one of the things is, like Don says, getting rid of guilt. So, right. So, and I asked a relative of mine, um,
There, Kelly, do you have happy memories with your mother?
okay,
And that's the whole thing.
right.
That how are you gonna still live back there in the grieving era, or are you gonna come out of it and be happy and remember the good times you had?
Right.
Because you will see each other again if like they say, we say "portate bien" in Spanish. It means live a good life.
Kathy, do you want me to read you what
Sure,
Kathy
yes.
says? Kathy Hanley says, right now in this month, it's been a roller coaster ride. A few days happy, then feeling unsure. The universe is going through a big change this month, and it is affecting me big time.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Wow.
That's what I told Faye a
Roger's
little
been
while ago.
saying that too. Uh, yeah, he's been saying to me that he feels a shift right now. Okay, can I say what Lynn
Yep.
says?
Just keep reading. I don't like to
Okay, Lynn
read. You know that.
says, after the last 12 months for our family, we all made the decision to be happy because that is what our deceased family want to see. And
Exactly.
Lynn, I know you know what that's all about, and I know everybody on this that's coming on this panel or this bunch of viewers
Good
knows what
afternoon, Vanessa.
sadness is and dealing with people who leave us of this earth.
Okay,
Yep.
let me say, Kathy, stay on. Can we stay on Kathy for a minute? The big shift that you were talking about, Kathy, I told Faye, I said, something's wrong. I said, I feel unbalanced. I said, again, something big is going to happen, but I can't put my finger on it. And I'm not, my thing right now, if you were to ask me, like I told Faye, I said, let me ask you, our subject is, are you happy? I said, are you? She explained to me everything on her end. And she said, what about you? And I said, no, I'm not. Because something's coming up. I cannot put my finger on it. I need that last fulfillment to be happy. And by the way, Denise, good afternoon. And she says, cold and snowy in North Dakota and windy.
I know, I know. You guys are such troopers
Yep,
in North Dakota, Grafton, North Dakota. If anybody wants to take a look at what North Dakota deals with, it's a lot of winter, a
a lot of
lot.
cold.
It's very cold there. sometimes.
But Kathy Hanley, I do understand exactly what you're saying, dear. Because for me, I'm off. I'm not happy in here. You know, I could be here, but I'm not here.
Not completely happy. Is that
No, because
better?
something's going to happen that I know is going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be a tragedy or I don't know if it's going to be something good. But I just feel something's coming up.
Okay, I don't think you're alone in that feeling. Tell you, as I can see from people here.
Let me say
Denise,
this, that the prediction that I made last week, I won't talk about it a lot, but the prediction I made last week came out in a sense of garage parking lot or parking garage thing collapsing. And I said the big dust, and there was big dust.
yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so
Denise
I
feels the
see
same way.
Denise is saying, I feel the same way. I feel the same way. So I can
Right? Go ahead.
see
Don't
Kathy's
ask, just do it.
comment. I'm not asking. I also feel unbalanced too. I'm empathetic and I feel it. Yep. Hi.
Hello, Ronnie.
Hey, I love Ronnie's glasses. They look kind of like mine. Or are they orange or are they pink? I don't know, but they're cool. Cool.
Anyway, let me explain one thing too, real quick. Folks, when I say I don't want to read, it's not that I don't want to read. My left eye, I'm half blind in my left eye, and right now it's real cloudy, so I'm having trouble reading.
Reading meaning reading
Reading
what you're
everybody
texting
says.
in. Yes. So Dawn is saying it's an overwhelming anxiety that hits me. I know something is brewing, but then I think it's not happening right now, so I dump the anxiety. Well, okay,
But it's still there.
but it's still there. Yeah.
They're
Oh, they're
pink, she
pink.
said.
Oh, Ronnie says they're pink. They're cool.
Hello, Mary Lucia.
Oh, it's good to see everybody able to come in tonight. I'm so
Eileen,
happy to see you.
hello. Eileen
Yes,
Beckman's here. Been a while, but
yes,
good
it's
to
good
see
to
you
see
back
you.
on.
Absolutely.
And we are on this new thing now. We're on a radio station out of New Orleans. They picked us up, thank the Lord, and we're broadcasting all of New Orleans and then area.
Yep. And it's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing.
Yep.
And what was I had a thought, but it just went away. So
Our
there that
topic
is.
today, once again, folks, is are you happy? I'm not talking about what makes you happy, but are you happy within? That's the main key thing. Are you happy inside your heart? Thank you, Elaine. She says, congratulations.
That's awesome. I like that we can post their texts up on the screen
Yeah, that's
because then I
cool.
can see their faces more clearly.
See?
That's really beautiful.
But anyway, you all know that those that have been with the show for a long time, you know that I'm a psychic medium. And if something comes out of your name, I will tell you over the air. So always be ready.
Lynn Fern is saying, I feel so calm and relaxed over the last few days, as though nothing can bother or worry me. That's
Wow.
awesome to get that way. Okay, and Dawn is saying, lately I've been getting lots of connections to Gulliver's Travels. Really random, but have you got any clues as to why it's relevant? Now, Roger, are you familiar with Gulliver's Travels? That's
No, the only one I watched it on Walt Disney.
it's a childhood book, and it's about a Gulliver who does travel, and
Darby O'Gill, get in. That's what I remember.
Good to see you, Nancy. Hello, how are you
Yes.
tonight?
Hope Alex is doing good and Mama's doing good.
So, folks, if you have a moment, I would really like to just interject for a second, and if you would share the show, if you can share the show, if there's a share button, I think there is, to get us out there so that other people that are like-minded can view us and have a chance to see what Roger has to say or what you have to say as well. So please share us with your family and friends.
Hello, Christine.
Hi, Christine.
Blessings to you too, dear.
Okay,
Thank
Kelly's
you,
level.
Kelly.
Thank you.
And those of you who are in New Orleans, if you're listening to my voice, see if you can log on to our show, okay? It's called Latino Psychic Visions, or you can go to my page, Roger Garza Sr., okay? And
see the
post
old.
a comment, right?
Sure. Yep. Okay, so Don says in regards to Gulliver's Travels, is I keep getting reference to the people of little input. Lilliput Pushins.
Lilliputians?
That's who they that
Okay.
were the citizens of the place that he traveled. It's all
Thank
fantasy,
you,
okay?
Christine, for sharing. Thank you, Kathy, for
That's
sharing. And
fabulous.
Dawn for sharing.
I don't think Roger ever read that book, folks.
No, I never read the book. I just watched it on Walt Disney.
Oh,
And
you did?
Sean, what was his last name?
I didn't
Sean,
real
the one that played 007. The first
Connery?
one. Yeah, he was in the show.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay,
Yep.
so you know what it's all about.
That's why I
Okay.
said Darby O'Gill, get in.
Well, I think you know more than I do about it.
Oh, well.
Okay. Thanks for all the sharing, folks. That's awesome.
Yeah, because he was always trying to get that little leprechaun.
Oh, was
And
he?
they finally caught him, yeah.
Okay. Well, I wonder if it's the same thing.
There's Darby O'Gill and the little people.
Okay.
Anyway, here we are. Today is Wednesday. It's a little after 4 o'clock for us here in Central Standard Time in the U.S. We're here every Wednesday at 4 to 5:30, and we're also on our other show, which is called This Mug's for You, on Saturday mornings at 10:30 in the morning Central Standard Time. Now, Saturday gets really goofy sometimes, and we have a lot of fun. We ask that you join us with a cup of coffee, tea, or hot chocolate, or hot cocoa.
Oh, Kathy mentions that wasn't the same story, but that's okay.
Oh, well,
I guess I better get that book.
Well, I can't read a book anyway.
Oh, I'll read it to you.
Yeah, I have to listen to it audio-wise.
There you go.
But anyway, if anybody has any questions or whatever,
Are you talking? Lynn wants to know if we're talking about her again, the little people.
I can't help being short. We still love you, dear.
Absolutely. So if you have any questions, good. Dawn is going to send us a link so that we can find that and read that and catch
All
up with
right.
her. That's wonderful.
Thank you, Dawn. That way I could do like the big tomato said to the little tomato before he stepped on him. Ketchup.
That was a dad joke, I
Yes,
think.
it was.
Wasn't it a dad joke?
Okay.
Okay.
But see, here's the thing now. Here we are. It's like being stagnant, you know. I'm so used to that thing just constantly going, you know.
That's okay. We're getting people. They'll come in.
I want to hear from people in New Orleans because I have 3 friends that I haven't seen, like I announced before. I haven't seen these guys since I was 19 years old. And we played in Terre Haute, Indiana, at a place called the Alibi Lounge. And I would love to see these guys again. Me and my friend Tony Marino would like to see these guys again. Their names are Nikki La Chica, Don Broussard, and Ernie Carone, who at the time Ernie was #1 tenor man for, what was that? Wayne Cochran. I would love to see those guys again. Have you ever talked to an angel? I married one. What do you think of that, Lynn? Come on, say something. I know, Lynn. Are you moving at all, dear? Oh, now you are. Lynn wants to know if I've ever talked to an angel, and I said I married one.
Oh, hi. I was working on something over there. Being bad. This happens when you have two.
Pay attention.
I'm sorry. No, that's serious.
Hello, Joe.
Okay. Hello,
Joe,
hello.
Faye. Faye, not Faith.
Yeah. Roger, have you ever talked to an angel? Honestly, that's a good question.
I don't know, to be honest with you, I don't know if I have or not. I've come across different people, I come across different spirits, everything. And I never know. You got to understand, being those that are intuitive, we go in both realms. We go in the physical and the spiritual. And half the time we don't know where we're at.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you could be like, say, you wake up from a dream and go, "Hey, I did," and then you go, "Wait a minute, really? Did I do that?" And it's like deja vu, but you get mixed up, and
So it takes a bit of figuring out later after you had that dream or whatever.
yeah. And I tell a lot of people, like they say, remember we talked about the spirit leaving the body and all that. And I tell people the quickest way that I know, and this is my own theory of it, that if you ever daydream and you're going like, you're just looking and somebody's going, "Hey, hey, hey," and you go, "Huh? What?" Your spirit has left your body. It floated off somewhere.
So Dawn is asking something, which I'm not sure if we are able to answer. What do you guys think of the connections between the angels and Anakai? Anaki.
I don't know what it is.
Ananakai.
Anarchy.
Dawn, that's out of our
It's out of our realm, dude.
skill set, I think. Or not skill set, but realm or of knowledge.
There.
Ananakai.
Michelle, do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I'm sure she does. I'm sure she does. She's probably.
I'm not gonna do that.
She's probably. She knows lots about it. Okay, she knows lots.
Well, see, there you are. That's a different realm as far as, to me, that's the paranormal realm, right? Which I'm different. I tell a lot of people I'm just a psychic medium.
Well, but wait a minute.
It's an alien. Well, I got some cousins that are aliens. No.
Okay, well, so I mean, we do believe that there are aliens. We do believe that, but we just don't have that specialty. We don't specialize in that.
Honey, you didn't click in there when I said I got cousins that are aliens. You were supposed to say
that you're right.
No.
Oh.
And I was going to say no. They're illegal aliens.
Oh boy.
Hello.
So can I read what Ronnie says?
Yes, please.
At this time, I'm not happy and trying to adjust this unhappiness with doubt with things. I'm even dreaming of all the people I've known from high school until now. All of my friends that I've died to. Well, I can understand. We are going through the same thing. We are at an age where we are losing people. And doubt. And so doubt and
that's my buddy Richard Dearden.
So
hello,
what?
Richard.
How do you want to address that with Ronnie, darling?
Well, here's the thing, Ronnie. We're at the same age and we're going through the same thing. And I'm telling people, no, call so and so. He's a good mechanic and all that. And they look at me and they go, "He died." And I go, "What? I didn't know that." But yes, I know what you're saying there. And here's what we do: we have to live for the moment, and we have to live, thinking that there is a tomorrow. There will be a tomorrow, regardless.
Well, I don't know if we're helping Ronnie at all, but also it is very important to connect with the people that you still can connect with.
Right.
I mean, I'm still connecting with on Facebook with people that I went to high school with myself, and so surprised and honored that they want to still communicate with me. I mean, also family members that I haven't talked to in years because I was so busy working. I'm not saying that I'm the guide or I'm the, standard, but I do have work to do that will make me happy. I'm also choosing to be happy.
You know what, Ronnie? Getting back to Ronnie's situation, don't we become angels when we die? Not all the time, dear. But I would say we do have to earn our wings. But getting back to Ronnie, this is why Faye and I came and opened up the office to have something to do,
Mhm.
to look forward to something. Even if you volunteer, it's something to look forward to. It's what I call la razón, which means the reason. You have to have reason to get up in the morning. Even if you have to volunteer, do something.
Or to find something that makes you happy, such as picking up, learning how to play that piano again,
Right.
or picking up a book, or calling an old friend.
Look at what Lynn says.
And Lynn says we have to live in the moment and make every one of those moments count.
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly, because we are not promised tomorrow.
Richard, the topic today is called Are You Happy? Inside Happy. Mark says,
Hello, guys, not happy. Could try harder though. Missing loved ones every day and my children. Yes, divorcing is hard. Would love to have a better outlook. I know that's hard. Absolutely, Mark.
Mark, let me run it down to you this way. I lost a son from COVID. I lost my brother from COVID. I lost my brother in law from COVID. I lost my cousin from COVID. Okay? Um, that's that in that realm.
In the past couple of years, actually, most
Right.
recently, yep.
And the thing is, divorce and all that, you can look at it this way. You can stay there in why me, why me, why me, and what did this have to happen, and try to analyze what went wrong. Or you can brush yourself off and you can get up and start walking.
It is
Like you
hard.
gotta think it,
Mhm.
like the saying goes, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And you gotta think that you're treasure and you haven't been discovered yet.
Can I tell you what Richard says?
Right.
He says, you only have one breath. Once that's over, you can't say the words you wanted to the living. Absolutely.
That's why we say, tell everybody, you know, love everyone you can on this earth. We say it every show.
Dawn's one of her secrets is that she goes creating. I'm happy in my crystal cave crafting. That sounds
There
wonderful.
you are.
I just opened up my own sewing room. I'm going to be creating some stuff, some clothing for myself.
Dawn,
Uh,
do you teach what you do?
hmm.
Because by teaching others, maybe you can make them happy. I was happy when I was teaching guitar, but we're in a new town and I don't know anybody here, so
Uh, when Roger and I first, just before we got married, I was not happy because my kids were not, and I've said this before in another show, and I'm being totally transparent all over the place, aren't I? But one of the things was that bothered me, my adult children were adults, and they were not happy with me marrying somebody that they didn't know, that only I knew from high school, and they didn't have a chance to meet him. And he turned to me just before we were going to get married and he said, you could choose to be happy and in love, or you can choose to be crabby and worried and sad. Perhaps if you, that's not exactly his words, but why don't you try just being happy that you are in love and that you deserve to be in love, and they will follow. They will understand. They will start to see it. And you know what? That's very true. And I suppose for every divorce, there is the heartbreak, and I've been through it myself, so has Roger. However, it's also a clean slate. It's also a chance to uh, live happily, or at least not feel lonely when you're married. That was the other thing. So that's just my little two bits
There's
of
always
information.
somebody out there for someone.
Hmm.
You just gotta go find them.
So Dawn is responding to your question. She says, I don't teach, but I would love to. I make my orgonite and gift them to the land, mostly up the Michael Lee line. I make protection pendants too. Sounds
Cool.
beautiful. Lynn is saying, live your life to the max, help others, be kind, but also be grateful for your own life
Amen. Amen.
because you matter too. And we've been put on this earth to live this life, to live the best life we can.
Station break.
Okay, you got your water? Oh, you
No,
got to
I
say
need
something.
water.
Okay.
Anyway, we folks are broadcasting live right now on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 and 107.7 in the beautiful downtown of Narlands. Not New Orleans, it's Narlands.
Is it? Is
Yeah,
that
because
how people from New
Nick,
Orleans say it?
Nicky told me that one, and so did
Oh,
Don. They said, "No, man, it ain't New Orleans." He goes, "It's Narlands." Oh, okay.
there you go with the accent. How's he doing, Lynn?
Well, that's a New Orleans
I'm
accent. I
kidding.
mean,
Oh, thank you, Kelly. She's thank you. Uh,
no, not on the corner, Richard. Go to other places. It's like I said before in a couple shows back. I said
yeah.
you could find your soulmate for all you know in Walmart. Go shopping. Go hang out in the produce section or the meat section. The way you start it up and you go and look at you think this meat looks good and all that. Yeah, yeah. Well, cause I cook, and I make a mean so and so. Maybe you ought to come over and try it. Bang! There it is.
So Dawn is saying where she lives is called Truro, but
Yep.
the local pronounce it Shura. Okay,
Judah.
Shura, Shura. Oh, well, thank you, Mark.
You're welcome, Mark.
What?
Here she comes. I didn't say it, man. That was Dawn that said that. But anyway, folks, you have to have. It's not an opening line, but it's. Don't be shy when you're out there. A lot of people are very timid and all that. How are you going to find anyone if you don't open this? Start talking to people.
Or
People
just
are
say
only
hello.
human.
Just say hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
They can only just turn around and go oh, I'm sorry I offended you, that's all.
Wow. There's a lot of things going on here between Lynn and Dawn
Yep.
in the chat room.
Okay, we'll wait.
Very cute. Because they're so cute.
And I can go, blimey.
You can. You already have.
And Lynn hates it. Oh, Lord. But anyway, folks, the subject, I'm going to keep on saying it because it's very important. Our topic today is called happiness. Are you really happy inside your heart? And a lot of people have put up their kids make them happy, their grandkids make them happy. I love where I live, happy. No, that's not true happiness. Are you really, when you wake up in the morning, are you really truly happy in your heart?
And if you're not,
Which I'm not yet, because I said something's coming that I
right.
can't put my finger on.
But I mean, not everybody is you. But if you're not, folks, find out what is there a way you can figure out what is holding you back from true happiness. Is it a situation that you might be in? She's
Okay, I'll get a parrot to say hello. Richard?
Thank Richard, you're full of good ideas. Yes. Parrots kind of are cool, actually. You can
Yeah?
they are. But remember, if you get a bird, they live for a really, really long time and they'll probably outlive you unless you make them die. You don't want to do that.
You know,
But
honey, you said, but if you get a bird, I've been given the bird many times.
yes, you have. Um, Lynn is saying that you have to be happy yourself.
Yes,
But,
ma'am.
some people, and I know Lynn, I mean, we've all struggled with happiness in different types of our lives. And I think what happens is we just allow it to happen or we let life get us. So, we're part of this life. So we have to decide, okay, now this happened to me. What can I do to make this change? Is there something I can do to change myself to make me happy? What made me happy as a child? Was it swimming? Oh, Dawn has a tortoise and he is in her will. That Are you sure? Really?
You don't
Okay.
want to adopt a
Well,
Mexican?
I think it's because they live for a long time. They probably live longer than your relatives.
I
So,
have, I want to address Mark for a minute.
okay.
Mark, I am curious to know, and I'm not picking on you or nothing, but I just see something. Do you have a dark recliner, in dark in color? I'm talking a dark recliner that you sit in all the time, and I see your leg folded. I can't do it because of the me getting hit by that van, but your leg folds over like that. You know, you throw one leg over the other one, and you're sitting in this recliner. Please let me know if I'm right. It's a dark recliner that I see.
Marcus responded.
Okay, yes, I did. I hope you threw it out because part of that, to me, okay, like if you keep going back to this dark recliner, to me, that brings in your darkness. And I know it sounds goofy, but you need to be around brighter colors and make your house brighter and open up the curtains and let the Lord's light come in and just be bright, bright, happy, that way. Because to me, that chair had you confined. You like that was your chair, and I know you don't think of things like that psychologically, but to me, is what part of what you were going through was because of the chair. And I know it sounds goofy, but it is what it is.
Lynn is saying that she lives in Lancashire, Dawn, 8 hours away from her. So they have a Lancashire dialect.
Huh.
Then Lynn's husband was from Yorkshire, and boy, they have a broad accent. Okay.
So did that make him a Yorkie?
No. I like what Don says. I was kind of looking at it. Do you want me to read it?
Sure.
Okay, if I feel myself getting in a funk, I go back to nature. Yes,
Whoa.
yes, yes. I see the lonely daffodil in a field being blown about in all weather, bracing all the storms, and I see it turning to the light and doing its best. So I find my happiness in the small things. That's lovely, Don. And I understand what you're saying about daffodils because daffodils were sprouting out of our garden and then it snowed. But you know what? They persevered and they were looking for the light. You're exactly right. It's so sweet. And it's really gives it, if that's what life is all about, you just keep on going. When life gets hard, you keep on going because there's something more on the other side. There always is. There always is. Remember always that.
All right. Let me see who else I can help here.
So can I just interject something here?
Yes, go ahead, dear.
So I have been reading. I bought a book for my grandson, our grandson, and it's going to be when he's like 9. And it's this book. It's called "The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse," and it's by Charlie Mackery. It looks like this, and I go to it a lot, and it talks about profound things. And I'm going to go to one page, and it says, and it's got beautiful illustrations. I feel like kind of that kindergarten teacher, but I don't mean to, but I love the illustrations. "Being kind to yourself is one of the greatest kindnesses," said the mole. And I just, here's a beautiful little picture of it. So anyway, I get a lot of wisdom from this book. It gives me peace. I also like Paul's books. So anyway, just thought it just hit me. Oh, and Kathy Hanley says, "Faye, that is a great book." Oh, yay, you know all about it. Okay, Aline Beckman, can I read? Beckman,
Yep, go.
Bachman, maybe. "I like to go outside if I'm in a funk. I love the water and the mountains and to hear the trees, leaves blowing in the wind. I love the thunderstorm too." Yes. So exactly, it helps you ground yourself.
Hello, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. Good that you're here. Yes, and Dawn adds that "I love looking for the little things to be grateful for. It makes the big things bearable." Yes. Wow, Mark. I'm going to read what he says.
I hope I did. I'm grateful
Mark
that
says,
I
"You
did
have
too.
helped me. I'm grateful for you. Thanks so much." A lot of learning lessons, yes.
The whole thing is, Mark, when you fall down,
Mhm.
you don't stay down. You get up, you brush yourself off, and you keep walking. That's what you have to do now. This is just a dip in your life. Keep walking out of the dip and go straight, buddy.
Yep. I know. Yep.
And I'm going to be real transparent. You're talking to a guy that put a gun to his head and was ready to go. So I know what you're going through. Just get out of that because life is worth living.
That
Look what I
wasn't
have
recent.
now.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, big time, long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I have a good wife now. I'm happy. We have a business of our own. We have an office. We have a nice house. We have a good life. So, like I said this a while back, and this is what Winston Churchill said. When you're going through hell, keep going because it's good on the other side. Remember that.
Mhm. Oh, wow. Can I read you what Don says?
Yeah, I see it.
"I am
Thank you,
grateful
Dawn.
you didn't do that, Roger. I thank whatever you saved you." Absolutely. What did save you at that moment? Can you remember?
I'll be transparent again.
Okay.
I have a cousin. I won't mention his name, but I have a cousin that sat in a bathtub and put a 45 in his mouth and committed suicide. My uncle remarried again and renamed the child the same name, and that one hung himself. So I thought about that right before I did. Those two, because I remember I got to go see my other cousin. He lasted a week after they hung him, or after he hung himself. He lasted a week, and I talked to him while I was there, and then he passed away. And it got me to thinking about that. Where did he go? What's he seeing now? And all that stuff. And I just said, I'm not ready for that yet. And I put the gun down.
Mm-hmm. So, okay.
Okay. Here's the thing, Kelly. I'm going to put it to you this way. And Mark, and I know you're listening too. You can't help Mark go through what he's going through. Mark has to help Mark go through what he's going through. You can advise, You can give little things here and there, but I always say this: if somebody did you wrong, forgive them. I know it sounds rough, and you go, "I hated that son of," no, forgive them because, like they say, karma's a bitch. It comes back. I don't mean to swear, but just know, Mark, you have to go through this. You walk alone on your road. People are there to help you, and people are there to listen to you. But when it comes down to making decisions, you have to make it for yourself, buddy. And if you need my help ever, reach out. Yeah, it gets rough, and yeah, you have your dips and all that. But you know what? You're a stronger man when you get out of it. And
Or
I'm very
woman.
thankful.
I'm going to
Yeah,
say woman too. I had to learn. I mean, we all have past. When you get to being the age we are, which is a significant age, uh, life happens, and you are in a relationship. We don't talk about relationships a lot. That ends up being a bad one for one person or the other, and sometimes it's really bad, and you're very unhappy, and you have to get that's your lowest point. Just look at it that way. This is my lowest point. I have nothing to go. Everything's up from here. Everything is up. Here's Lynn's what's Lynn's doing today. She's been on her back garden pruning her rose bushes, uh buddleia tree, hydrangea bush, passion flower bush. It is so therapeutic. I am so jealous that you can do that. Okay, so Aline says that her cousin shot herself in the head, but I know she will be forgiven because of the circumstances she was in. Yeah, that's
here,
okay.
I'll give you another prime example. You all know that I play music and all that. And we had this kid that used to follow us. He was in our entourage, right? And this girl did him wrong, and he had asked the girl to marry him, and she went with somebody else. And he put a shotgun to his stomach, and he was sitting in his dad's leather recliner. And when he pulled the trigger, it compressed him against the recliner, and all of his arteries closed up, and it saved him. And believe it or not, folks, that guy's still alive. He's got a big old scar. And I remember talking to him, and I said, "Well, now that you did it and you're here, what do you think now?" And he goes, "Man," he goes, "I wasted my time and my life on that girl." And I said, "And what happened? You found somebody else?" "Yep, that I'm real happy with."
Mhm.
So it just takes that little, open that other door, and bang, you're in.
So there's that saying, and it's kind of a cliche. Uh, a door closes, but a window opens up, or a window shuts and another window opens up. You're
Right.
you're creating a void with a divorce, and then something else will come in.
Just remember this, Mark. Here's what I say to myself a lot. When I was with somebody and I broke up with them, and I just go, that wasn't the right one. I found the right one now, and I'm real happy.
Ditto, dear.
You just got to find the right one. That's all.
And that takes a little work too, which that's another
Yep.
show. Don is saying, "Wow, you're such a warrior to overcome such trauma. Bless you for your mission. I love you both and wrap you in such light for the knowledge you share." Thank
Thank you,
you.
dear. Thank you.
And thank you for the knowledge you share as well, Don.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, I could tell you guys if we did a show about all the stuff I've been through, it'd be like about maybe 6 or 7 shows that I would have to tell you everything. Because I'm talking things that happen with other relationships. I'm talking about things that happen with my family and me. Um, People that done me wrong.
It's actually book worthy.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah,
my
it
job.
is. It really is.
It's book worthy. I'll try to get it into a book. Okay, folks. That's
Yeah.
my next
But I
project.
thank the Lord. One thing I do say, I thank the Lord I'm still here.
Yeah, and just look how far you've come from that
Yep.
one time and now here. I have to say that I've never been to that point in my life. I think because of my children, it kept me from feeling that way, that I wouldn't do that to them. But I mean, I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. No. Mm-mm. Never. Well, I shouldn't say never, but it hasn't occurred to me
Hello,
to do it.
Amanda.
Hi.
The
Hi there,
whole thing
Amanda.
is you gotta think. Number one, they put you down. The person that was with you put you down, called you all kinds of names and all that. Don't believe it. Don't take it to heart. Just, well, that's your opinion. But somebody out there was going to want me, going to
And
care
sorry
for
I
me.
didn't ask for your opinion, but okay. Here you go. Wow. Here's Ronnie. You're always wise with your
Wow.
words to us, and I was at one point thinking of overdose myself, but I saw the light and I love myself now.
Good for
And
you,
look at
Ronnie.
that
Good
beautiful
for you.
face in that
Yep.
profile.
I remember when
What
you
a
used that
transition.
picture that you had a long time ago, Ronnie, and you were so sad in the picture.
Yeah,
And I told you, smile. Get that other
yes.
person out. And look at you now.
Look at you now with those pink glasses.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
You have a lot to give to someone if you really believe in yourself. You have knowledge that you can
Hmm.
share with others. Others
Yeah,
can share with you their knowledge, and you
yes.
mix it together.
That's right. That's the excitement.
Yeah,
I mean, life can be exciting. I mean, another person, if something happened to Roger tomorrow, it would sadden me incredibly. However, I know I would go on because he would want me to go on,
yep.
and I would want to find something that makes me happy. And man, there's a lot of things that make me, and I think part of it is to stay curious, is what makes me happy. I stay curious. I have a lot of books surrounding me all the time. So, oh, so Kelly is saying kids nowadays would rather come from a broken home than live in one. Wow, that's kind of huge. Uh,
But here, if you want to dig into broken homes and all that, I mean, I could tell you stories that were just like, what? But it's like I've always said on every show, I would say this. I said, when people hand you lemons, don't make lemonade. No, make lemon meringue pie. And I recently had it. I said it on the show, and that same night, I got the lemon meringue pie. It's cool.
not for me,
No, no, no.
from a listener, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Dawn is saying the drama that's been in her life would be a tragic book to read. I think you have to live it to be able to laugh at good times and bad. Then you could teach others how to overcome trauma. Absolutely.
Right, because after you've gone through it and all that, you look
Hmm.
back and go,
And
boy, was
isn't
I ever stupid, you
right?
know?
And isn't life all about lessons learned? Lessons learned.
Yep.
We have to learn our lessons. Why do we learn I mean, and then it's all we can talk about karma there.
Catherine Johnston. Hello
Hello
from
from
Ireland.
Ireland. Look at you.
Good to have you on, dear.
Okay, Lynn is saying that Ronnie is truly beautiful inside and out. I am proud to call her a friend, classmate, sister. I am so proud of her.
Exactly.
There you go,
She's come a
Ronnie.
long
Salute
way.
to you. Kudos to Ronnie.
Yep.
Yep,
And
we saw it too.
that's what you have to do. Gotta. I always say you pick up the ball and then you make the touchdown.
Hmm.
You know. Right now, like I said, I'm going through a shift right now, so I'm not exactly happy because something's coming. I know it is, and I know a lot of you feel it. But
Hmm.
overall, yes, I do have happiness now. I look back at my life from my past, and I just go, man, I don't know how I made it out here, but here I am.
I know. I know. We wake up every day and I say, well, there's a good start. We wake up.
Yeah,
We wake
that you
up.
can plant your feet on the floor. Yes, that's a
Yep.
biggie.
Yep.
And I hope everybody gives thanks to the Lord that they're alive. I know I do.
Hmm.
And like I told you on a show, a couple shows back, I said, I'm always happy to see my wife come down the stairs and say, I go, hola, and then she goes, "Hola," or "Good morning," and it warms my heart like you wouldn't believe. And then when she comes down, I always greet her with, "How's my girl today? How'd you sleep?" Stuff like that.
Yep, it's very cool. It's very cool to have that kind of a fun time. We have fun.
Yep, because I like to start the coffee in the morning.
Yes, you do.
Go to crank up.
Amanda is saying Ronnie painted me a beautiful picture that I have on my bedroom wall. So I think about her every morning when I wake up.
That's cool. I like
Wow,
that.
cool. So Lynn is adding our lifetime experiences are another person's
Yes, ma'am.
lesson.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Very well put, too, by the way.
And then Aline says, yes, so happy to wake up and just for the simple talk.
Right.
Exactly. It's so cool. And in order to be happy, I mean, I think we should always continue to assess ourselves, assess our situation, especially if something's a little off. You don't, being happy is a kind of a work. You have to be a work. You work at it. Be happy. So Dawn is asking, thank you for the question, by the way, Dawn. Do you guys remember any of your past lives?
Getting to that, this is really wild. I remember one time I was doing this awkward dance, and I said, "Where did I get this dance from?" And then they showed people dancing in Spain, and it turns out that that's where my ancestors came from, Spain, and they were dancing that dance, and I went, "Wow, that's where I got it."
And you had never seen it before?
No, 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 no.
Well, that's cool. Catherine Johnston says, I was left looking after my disabled brother in a nursing home now, but want to go back to the family home, but my gut is telling me to put my husband and boys first. The brother is 71 and she's 59. Am I selfish?
Let me say it this way, Catherine. You cannot be your brother's savior. And I said that to somebody not too long ago. You can only do what you can do. You have a family of your own that needs your attention and your love. I know you love your brother, but there again, he's old enough to realize right from wrong. You gotta go to your family, take care of your family, be part of your family. Your brother can be included if he wants to, but if he wants to go back to the home, let him go back to the home. You cannot give your brother the care and everything that they will give him. Okay? Don't try to be your brother's savior. Be your brother's sister.
Aline is saying, we are going to be celebrating our 39-year anniversary Thursday, and it's been hard, but worth it. Yes, you have to work at it. Yes, you do.
Nothing comes free.
No.
You have to work at it every day. There's something new that pops up. And what you
Yes.
do, like my wife and I, we call
That'd be
each
me.
other the team. And
Yeah.
we'll say the team can handle this. And we do. We just nip it in the bud right away.
Okay, Lynn is saying, do you believe we have soulmates from a previous life?
Yes. And I
Hmm.
also believe that a lot of times people that you are with were either your brother or sister in another life. And that's why you're back together, like a family coming back together. And I know it sounds goofy, but that's my opinion of it all.
That
Those are good
soulmate
questions,
thing.
Lynn. I like that.
Yeah, that's beautiful music in the background.
Yep.
Soulmate, that term. Um, I came across it and started reading about it, and I feel like even some of the people that I had in my life previously, this life, that maybe broke my heart, or you learn they were there and I considered them my soulmate, but they turned out to be not my soulmate. I mean, in my thinking, I think that I learned my lesson from that, from trusting that soulmate of mine. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody, but
Well, the whole thing is the key word. You learned,
mhm.
okay? And I have to do a station break.
Oh, you do?
This is Latino Psychic Visions, and we are coming to you live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 and 107.7 in the beautiful downtown New Orleans. Narlands.
Are you going to do that every time?
See? And God's honest truth, one day we will go to New Orleans because I want to go there and I want to go look for my friends that I haven't seen for years.
Do you promise me?
See?
Okay. Aline says, can dogs' spirits turn TVs on and play tricks like human spirits can?
That I'm not sure of because I know dogs, number one, in reverse. I know dogs can see spirits, dogs and cats. They can see them. Whether they play tricks or not, I don't know. But I know that the human spirit does. Many a time I said I put my keys somewhere and I couldn't find it. We just saw that show, remember, Ann? And we were talking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And I said that happened to me. They kept hiding my keys on me. And all of a sudden, boom, they'd pop up. And I go, I knew I put them here. Where the heck? You know, but you just deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
They like to play tricks.
Dawn is saying that she married hers, and I think she's talking about a soulmate. He drives me nuts, but I love him the most. I've known him since I was 15. We married at 30, and we are celebrating 20 years next month. Good for you.
Good for
That's
you,
beautiful. Yep. Just because they're soulmates doesn't mean they don't drive you nuts. I am talking. I agree.
Okay.
I agree with that. And so would Roger. Amanda Ward says, making sense to me, Faye, and it's a hard lesson to learn. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Amanda, about the soulmate.
Hello, Mary.
Hi,
Good to
Mary.
see you.
Good to see you.
It's like people say, you know, there's something you could, like, they call debunking it, where the lights go on, they flicker and all that. Well, maybe it's the light bulb. Okay, put a new light bulb, they're still flickering. Well, maybe you have a short. And maybe that's the spirit's way of telling you, get it checked before it starts a fire.
Yeah. Catherine. So Catherine Johnson is saying, thank you, just the words I needed. So hard when I overthink he can be demanding. He says you can do, your boys are grown up. Thank you for your reply. Mom passed. He thinks I can walk Mom's shoes. Yes, perfect. I'm only the sister. Thanks for your time.
You're so welcome.
I think you already know. And here's the other thing, folks. You know, I love that you have that question, and I about, you know, feeling kind of compelled to help your brother, bring her back to your home. But I think you intuitively knew anyway, Catherine, didn't you? I mean, I really think you did, because it just wasn't setting right with you. I can tell that you have a good heart.
But there again, you got to keep in mind, you're not your brother's keeper.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're his sister.
Can I tell you what Alina's saying here?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Monday, my TV turned on by itself, and then my husband's TV did. It was crazy and kind of scary because I could feel something here. Not sure if it was our dog, Buck, or my dad.
I would say your dad. But keep in mind one thing, never show, and folks, this is for everybody. When something like that paranormal happens to you, do not show fear. Just go, oh, that was cute. What else can you do? If you want to ask that, but I'm just saying, don't be afraid of it. When I had that spirit in my house, and I had cooked that beautiful dinner, and then he slapped it out of my hands, man, did I let him know what end was up.
What did you do?
I yelled as loud as I could, "Get the F out of my house! You don't belong here. This is my house." And the house was, and then done.
That was crazy, but it worked. So Dawn is saying, do you think dog spirits can come back to you in your next dog? I'm
Yes,
convinced my golden retriever jumped into my Rottweiler when he passed.
it's just like I've talked about reincarnation. When people say, "Gee whiz, you act just like so and so," well, so and so's in there. That's why, and that's my belief of it.
Oh, thank you, Catherine. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. But you go forward and don't you feel guilty about it either, Catherine.
Mary says, we always say hi when it happens, brings great smiles. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
I
cool.
like that. I like that.
Yes. Okay, and Aline says, I just said, okay, this isn't funny, Dad, so stop.
There you go. There you go.
Yes.
Never show fear. Always be in command. It's like my dad would say to me all the time, "Whose house is it?" And I go, "Oh, okay." Because it's truly your house. You stay on top of that.
Okay, Don's saying, tell those spirits how much electric costs nowadays. Stop fiddling with my TV.
Right. Take command.
Oh, good. And Kelly says, and leave a notebook and pen for them to tell you the message.
Exactly. And I
Roger
said
had
that long time
suggested.
ago.
Yes,
Say,
Roger.
you got something to say to me? Here. Here's a pencil. Here's a piece of paper. Write down what you want to say to me. Or put a tape recorder on all night. That's when it activates when you hear something. They have those.
They do.
They say, okay, ole.
Aline says, I was scared. I called my husband. He told me to just laugh about it.
Exactly.
Oh,
They're trying to get to you. They're trying to scare you. Don't you understand? It's a game with them. Yes, try the notebook. You never know. You might see something the next day and go, oh, they are here.
wouldn't that be fantastic?
Yeah, when I did it,
Confirmation like that?
I put a notebook out there and I put a pencil and I said, okay, write down whatever you want me to know. Tell me your name and when you passed.
Did it ever work?
No, nothing was there.
Well, did they go away then?
I got scribbling.
Oh, okay. Well, I was wondering if you challenged them like that in a sort of a passive way, if they would just say,
The
this
one I
guy's not
told to
scared.
get out of my, I mean, I let him know who's,
So Don says, I love the notebook idea. I just stamp my foot and say, not unless you're invited, get out. And that's good too, I think.
Well, Don, the whole thing is when you stamp your foot, they'll laugh at you. They can sit there on the other end and go, we got her, and keep it up.
You
But
know
if
what comes
put
keeps
the
it.
notebook out there and say, write what you want me to know.
So do you know what comes to my mind when we're talking about spirits that are trying to mess with us, who might be, is I remember Casper the Friendly Ghost and his uncles who were just like, do you remember that?
Yep.
He was the good ghost and the rest of them were kind of just trying to scare people because they love to scare people. Remember?
Yep.
And so that's what I'm thinking it's kind of true, isn't it? Isn't it kind of true?
Put yourself in this realm. If you were on the other side and you went back to a person that you did not care for,
Oh, I
okay?
don't know.
I'm not going to
Really?
say hate. I'm just going to say not care for. Wouldn't you go play games with them?
I don't know.
I'm sure you would.
Why would they waste their time?
Because they're not on the clock anymore.
Okay.
They have abundance of time.
Well, there's a concept, isn't it?
See?
Mary Erickson is saying, one night I woke up and heard my two brothers who have passed talking about what they wanted to see. My oldest brother said he wanted to go upstairs because he had never been there before. I told them, okay, and have fun, but please don't come in and wake me again.
They're beautiful.
I
That's
love
it.
this. This is awesome. Yeah, you guys know what to do.
Yeah.
And Dawn says, definitely laughing. I feel them leading
Leeching.
leeching off me, so I tell them to bugger off. They don't like I know what they're doing.
Exactly. They're trying to just get to you. If they just get to you a little bit, then they succeeded, and then they'll try it again and make it bigger and bigger and bigger.
Okay, so Aline says, my dad always played jokes on people, so I thought about him first. Okay, so he was a prankster too. And Kathy agrees because she says Spirit wants to have fun and joke around. Wow. You know what, guys? I am learning a lot tonight.
Yep.
And this is what's so cool about, our topics. When we have our shows, our topics always, when there's good discussion, they morph into other things, which I just absolutely love.
And
This
we
is
got
what I love.
approximately about 10 to 15 minutes left, no?
Oh, we do?
Look at the
Okay.
big clock.
Okay, that's the big clock.
Go to the big clock. But on
Okay,
the
I'm
wall.
going to the big clock. Oh, there
Hello.
it is. Hi. Oh, okay.
You know, realistically speaking, folks, keep this in mind every day. Life is what you make it. You can have a good life, or you can have a bad life.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose to be crabby, and I told you this many a time, nobody wants to be around a crab. Be happy. Have fun in life, because you only live it once.
Richard is saying, I had them touch me at night, move my shoulder, touch my legs, and move the bed. Wow.
I've had them touch me.
Nancy
I'm
is
not
saying,
done yet, Nancy.
maybe she's got to go.
Oh, okay.
So if you got to go, you got to go. But it was great that you came and joined us tonight. We really appreciate that. And Mary Erickson is saying, yes, they do. And they always let me know they are visiting. Makes me feel great to know they are still watching over us all.
There you go.
Isn't that
That's
lovely?
it. Yes, that's beautiful.
You know, I don't have I don't remember having the fantastic encounters you guys are talking about. But I do know I do have this. And it is that when I smell cigarette smoke, I know my dad is around.
Yep.
And I don't smoke and Roger doesn't smoke. So that gives me comfort, and that absolutely
Look what
gives me
Lynn
comfort.
says.
Lynn says it just proves that life goes on. It is validation.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And I always say just because something tragic happened, the clock does not stop. Traffic keeps moving. Life goes on.
Aline, well, thank you, Aline. I'm so happy you guys got your show and are able to reach more people. I am blessed to know you both and to call you family, and we feel the same.
Yes.
Beautiful
thank you for that.
profile picture, by the way. I love your hair.
So when I hit you up for a loan, don't be surprised.
Oh,
That's what family does.
no, it doesn't.
Yeah, because in that way they separate from each other.
That's how they do. That's not a good idea.
Oh, Lord. But
Another-
anyway, we're glad to be here, folks. Don't forget our show on Saturday morning before we go. I want to say, first off, thank you for letting me come into your hearts and into your homes. And please remember, we'll be on Saturday morning at 10:30 in the morning Central Standard Time. We will be doing our show, This Mug's for You, meaning a coffee mug. Thank you for that, Lena. I saw that. That was nice.
He'll never forget it, okay?
No. And also, Michelle is our director, producer, and everything. Michelle, thank you very much for your help. We appreciate it. Very few.
I think she found a beautiful background for us tonight, don't
Right.
you? Isn't that pretty?
I like that other one she put up. Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh, you like that one better? And I think that I don't hear any complaints about the sound coming from you. I think that
No, there's no more echo. That's cool.
that's very good.
See?
Oh, we got Joe is saying he's still here. Aren't you fantastic? And
Joe, what's wrong with one of your ears? I'm
Oops.
getting your ear ringing or something's wrong with the ear. And folks, I do this stuff. This is what we start out to do. You know, I do predictions and I do whatnot. But it all depends. I get turned around different ways. So
Okay, so Lynn is saying it's been a fantastic night. Love you both. See you silly Saturday. And you'll see us tomorrow at the
Yep.
and Paul's show as
We
well.
will be on Paul's show. What's it called? Spirit Quest, and it comes on at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time for us. Okay,
4 o'clock Eastern
and
and
GMT time is like 10 o'clock. I think it
9,
is
I believe.
9. Okay.
So Don says, I think I already knew you guys from a previous life. As soon as I saw you both on Paul's show, I felt a connection. Isn't that lovely?
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. And we love you too, Kathy Hanley. Love you all,
Yes,
family.
ma'am.
Prayers and healing energy for all of you. Thank you very much. Yes, Amanda, good night and God bless to you, lovely lady.
It was fun doing today's show. I'll tell you that. You know, we talked about some good things, and we talked about what you do when you go through a slump. Get out of the slump. Keep going. Thank you,
Thank you,
Rachel.
Rachel. Oh, yeah, Don, thanks. I'm glad you loved the show tonight, and she's going to be on Paul's show as well tomorrow. Yep. And don't forget, we have also tomorrow night. No, tonight after this show is Michelle's show.
Right?
Michelle and Amelia,
The Outer Realm.
Mm-hmm. So
And
if
then tomorrow, our good friend
Paul
is
3,
on tomorrow.
and else.
And then is the Outer Realm on tomorrow too?
Yes, it is.
Okay, they're
Yes.
on.
Yep.
And then at 8 o'clock in the evening is our good friends Gina Bankston and Mama D doing the Fox Den.
So there's a lot of fantastic shows tomorrow night.
Right.
It's kind of like a big night.
And after our show on Saturday is our good friends Wendy and Phil doing their show. So please check out all these shows, folks. You'd be surprised the knowledge you can get out of these
Honest
shows.
to goodness, I mean, I remember watching Amelia's and Michelle's show last week, I think Thursday night. They had me captivated, absolutely. So check them out. They have, I can't remember who they're showing tonight, who's they're going to have on. They always have fantastic guests as well. So it's worth looking into. I really highly recommend it. So
Once again, we thank you folks for tuning in today. We know it's been rough because of the link and all that stuff. We're getting it straight. Please make sure that you hit the bell so you get noticed when we're on again, okay?
And when
most
we
of you
send-
already know.
also, when we send out the banners as notices, they will have links on them. So you have a choice. There will be 2 banners that come out for each show. One for the Facebook link and one for the YouTube link. Because it isn't going, as you can tell, it
What's the
isn't.
flip side? What is the...
Oh, and that's their show. They have a
Oh,
flip
okay.
side.
And folks, you folks that are listening in New Orleans, thank you very much for tuning in. This is Latino Psychic Visions. I'm Roger Garza Sr., a psychic medium of over 19 years, along with my wife, Faye Ewing Garza. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for listening to us. And those that tuned in, we thank you so much. So I guess we can we do call letters now, or what do we do?
I think we have still some time left.
Oh, okay.
So if the show abruptly ends, it's just because we don't remember what time we get cut off. So just
Right.
maybe you can just keep on talking, and
It all depends on how mean Michelle wants to be to me.
she's not mean. Oh, we've got 11 minutes. Thank you, dear.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Okay.
Right?
So you're like the dancing bear.
I remember that in Captain Kangaroo.
I'm sure you do.
Yep.
Okay. So you just told everyone your age. So
Wait, Kelly, I'm not going
Kelly,
yet.
we're not done yet. We have 11 minutes. So
By the way, is Drew with you? Or is he at work? I'm sure he's at work. But we're still trying to put things together as far as our tours are concerned. So we'll go with that. Remember, we talked with Debbie?
yeah. So Joe is saying that his right ear has been hot lately.
Okay, because I pick up your ear, Joe. I'm getting your right toe too, the big toe. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I'm getting that too. And these are things that I'm able to do, folks. I'm able to pick up on. I can look at your name and all that, and bang, I get stuff. He's at work. Okay, that's a good place for him. So you know what's really cool, honey, is that we have everybody that comes in every show, and I
Right.
love that.
And some new ones as well.
Yep.
And I have a feeling it's because people have shared the show, and I really appreciate that. And so does Roger.
Yes, Mary, there was no issues in Boston, but I remember I said too. I think I said New York, and that that garage, the what do you call it, honey?
Parking ramp?
Yeah, the parking ramp, the garage, it caved in, and a big cloud of dust came out. I have arthritis in my big right toe. Okay. And then the man who was doing the reporting mentioned what I had said. I won't say the words, but the man said exactly what I said.
So, do we have any? Rachel's asking if you have anything for her since you have.
Not right now, Rachel. If I get something, I will. You know that. Travis, hello.
Hello,
Good to see you,
Travis.
Trev. Where were you, buddy? We were here at 4 o'clock. I was waiting
Well,
for
you know,
you.
that might be early for some people who work till 5 or.
Richard, I knew. I'm new today. Oh, you
You're
both
new
are
at what
funny.
today? Oh, okay, so Kathy says she misses hearing our dogs prance around.
Well,
Okay.
they're at home and we're at the office, so
Well, and you
that
know,
drove me nuts, though, to be honest with
it was a
you.
little distracting to Roger, tell
Yep.
you the truth, to do. And so, Don, what a wonderful thing you said. Don says, I feel we've come together for a purpose.
Yes,
There
ma'am.
are lessons. There are lessons for me here. Oh, good. Thank you.
I just hope that we've helped everybody we can, We try to reach out to people.
Well, it's because you also, all of you, contribute your take on different things. It's also, I get a lot from what you say, what you share.
Okay, Trav.
Oh, and I
Now,
thought so,
once
Trev.
again, folks, we want to tell you this is like a telethon. So
Is
keep
it?
that phone ringing, our phone ringing. 715 688 4091. Write it down. 715 is the area code. 688 4091. All right? When you need it, call it. Let's keep that phone ringing, folks, and keep that money coming. What?
You are so direct.
Thank you.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
there's a phone number at the bottom. I didn't pay attention to that.
Well, that's okay. So we have audio audience as well. The purpose I am here to
Reject my accents.
Roger's accents. Well said.
Thank you, dear. I
Well,
love
that's
you
what-
too.
You I get to have them 24/7. I get to hear Roger's accents all the time. And I go,
So
who's
good.
that? Who is that guy I'm talking to?
Anyway, folks, I'm going to be signing off. So we want to say thank you to the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 and 107.7 in the beautiful town of New Orleans. We thank you, New Orleans, for opening up your heart to us. And if you ever need our help at all, please call
Thank you, Lynn.
715 688 4091. I'm Roger. My wife is Faye. Give us a call. We're here from 11 o'clock in the morning until 6 in the evening, Monday through Friday. Saturday, 10 o'clock until 4 in the afternoon. And I'm closed Sunday. All right? We got to get out of here, baby. So we're going to say this. We always say this every show, folks. Love everyone you can on this earth while you're here. Let them know. Why, hon?
Because love is life, and life is love.
And we thank y'all for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. Have a great rest of your week. And God bless. We'll see you Saturday or tomorrow on Paul's show. All right?
Always a good show, too.
Spirit Quest. Yep.